Hey,
Woo!
we're
Been
back.
live. What is going on, y'all? And I need
We
to
meet
clean
again.
this screen here. Don't
Oh,
mind
yeah,
me.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Don't mind me, y'all. Just cleaning the screen there so you can see our faces all that much better.
We are back from church, everybody.
Hey. How's everybody going? How's everybody going? How's everybody doing?
Well, everybody
How's
should be
everybody
going, I
doing?
think, unless it's your time in the world to be sleeping, unless you're at that part of the world where you need to be asleep.
Yeah, you know what? Next
If
week
you're
we
not, you
need
should be
to.
going.
We need. You know what? Later this week, sometime this week, we
Yeah.
need to do a live, like in the middle of the week.
Okay.
That is during a time when folks
On
that
the other side of the
are
world, are we?
overseas
Oh.
can see us.
So like the middle of the night?
We'll do like a midnight live.
Are you going to get up in the middle of the night and do a live?
Midnight live. Y'all down for a midnight live?
I don't know how dedicated I'll be to that, y'all.
I don't know. I mean, there's people that watch us and it's late
and
where they are.
More power to you. Bless you for doing that.
Good
But
evening in England.
can't
Good
hack
evening.
it. I like crash out. I start going down like just falling out. When it gets late, I fall out.
Just like, you know, all of the amazing big family in England, when we were doing live at 5, it was live at 11 for them.
It was the late show.
It was like, yeah. I mean, they were watching us instead of the late show. That's pretty good.
And I probably could do a sleepy live at like 10, 11 at night. But if we get on past midnight, you're gonna see me snoring in front of the screen because I'm pass out.
Live at midnight with Angie sleeping.
It's gonna be live with Wes and Angie snoring.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something and you're gonna be like,
Toronto, 3 p.m.
Ooh, Toronto! Woo woo!
Hey.
Yay, Toronto! That makes me think of Murdoch.
Right?
Murdoch Mysteries. Woo. I don't remember who in the big family put us on to Murdoch Mysteries, but thank you again.
Yeah,
we're on season 9 now.
But yeah, and I didn't realize they had so many seasons. We've been binge watching.
And I love all the historical references in it, and all the little quirky references to future technology. It's just a funny, quirky,
fit in
good mystery show.
Facts of Canada, actual historic details get put into the show.
Yeah. And if y'all are looking for a show to watch, I highly recommend Murdoch Mysteries. It's a Canadian mystery show set in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
It is a murder mystery, so if you don't like dead
you don't
bodies,
like if you don't want to see dead bodies,
people getting shot,
fake dead bodies,
stabbed, you don't want to see the gore of death.
But it's not gory, but
they don't like, lots of blood and guts or whatever. They don't go that far. But it's a murder mystery. People get killed, people get murdered.
Ooh, Selma. Hello, and Selma. You're only an hour from us. You're real close. That's our home peeps there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hour away down the road.
Hour right up the road. Yeah, not far at all. I love Murdoch Mysteries, and then Grantchester, which is a British mystery show, just came out on PBS Masterpiece, the new season, and it's good. Can you
tell we like mysteries?
Yeah.
Can you tell we like the mysteries that we saw?
Mysteries that aren't just like straight up drama. Mysteries that have some quirky stuff, and it's a little bit funny, and
twists and turns, and you actually don't know who it is until the end. You have to figure out the killer. Like the crime solving stuff.
I don't know. I like to think I'm quite the detective and the sleuth. Yeah, I think I get it figured out most of the time within the first part of the show.
Yeah, you've been better at guessing who done it. He's been faster.
Guessing. There's no guessing in my talent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just straight up talent, baby.
Well, he's been quicker on Johnny on the spot at knowing who done
Johnny on the spot. Yeah. Meal mucka. So
let the dog see the rabbit.
Let the dog see the rabbit. Every time they're going to go somewhere, they're like, time to let the dog see the rabbit.
Yeah, hot dog. Let's get it
done. So I want to talk for a hot minute about a comment that was on one of my videos on the main on Big Family Small Farm.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
Someone commented and recommended that I start drinking decaf. And
he doesn't even drink
number
coffee.
one, I don't drink coffee, but I do take in my caffeine
He
in
does.
certain ways.
It does.
I don't know that they make a decaf Mountain Dew.
They make diet, but not decaf.
Yeah, I don't think they make decaf Mountain Dew. But I don't know why they think I don't need any more caffeine.
Wonder why?
I think
have
I'm
no idea.
perfectly
That's a
full of
mystery to me,
energy
honey.
and happy all the time.
I don't know what I would do if you weren't like you are. Like I wouldn't know how to respond if he wasn't like
I mean,
this.
I don't know that the Mountain Dew makes me me. I think I'm just,
Well,
I think
yeah.
I'm like that even without the Mountain Dew.
But I have seen you try to come off of Mountain Dew. It wasn't pretty, y'all. It wasn't pretty.
I don't think anybody that just cuts off their caffeine intake
It's
is going to
rough.
be happy.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like it's
it doesn't change who you
yeah.
are, but man, it
well,
makes
you're tired for a
it
couple weeks,
makes
but
you a slug. Yeah.
yeah, but then it all gets better, and
Yeah.
I'm loud even when I'm
Yeah.
tired.
He was born
You
that
know?
way. He was born loud.
Yeah, I was born screaming probably. Yep, I'd have to ask my mom, but I don't know for sure. But I'm sure I cried and
ever
screamed.
since.
Mhm.
Holler talking ever
Yep.
since.
Oh my goodness. Well, honey,
Mhm.
that also there's another drink related thing that you've had questions about on your
Yes,
channel. What's up,
so-
bud?
I've had several subscribers reach out to me and leave comments and stuff, which I hope I answered all of them. If I didn't, then here's my chance to explain to you and answer to you as well if I missed you somehow. People have been asking me about my Creo Brew drink in the morning. Well, let's say, what's that drink that you drink in the morning? It is Creo Brew, and he's going to type it in for you at the bottom. Y'all can look it up. Y'all can Google about it. If you look it up on Amazon and type in those words that he's about to show you on there,
I could
you got
type.
it? Yeah,
I keep
there you
messing
go.
it up.
Well, as soon as he types it, if you type that into Amazon, it will show you, it will offer you all the bags and different sizes of bags and different types of Creo Brew. Now, what it is, if you read about it, you'll see that it's a cocoa bean or cacao bean or however you say it. It's the cocoa bean, the same bean that they use to make chocolate. So it is reminiscent of chocolate. Like it's not like you're drinking hot chocolate, but it does have the undertones and like the flavoring of chocolate, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, except not sweet like chocolate, but you can taste the cacao bean in it. So it's not coffee. It's not, you're not roasting coffee beans. They're roasted cacao beans.
Yep.
And the difference is it's healthier for you. It's more natural. It's a natural release energy. So it's kind of a slow pick me up.
Theobromine. It's a type of caffeine.
Yeah.
It's theobromamine or
Yeah.
theobromine or something like that.
So you'll notice your mood improves throughout the day, and your energy level starts to improve slowly throughout the day. Instead of that like kick in the teeth that coffee gives you, instead of that real swift kick that you get from soda or coffee and speeds up your heart real fast, it's not unhealthy like that. It's just a slow release, natural form of a caffeinated drink, and it's a bitter. So it's actually better for your stomach and your digestive issues,
Yep.
and
And improves digestion.
improves
Yep.
all your digestion. So it's actually good for you.
Yep.
So I love it. I put honey in it. You can put anything that you would put into coffee, creamers or anything. You can add that into your Creo Brew.
Yep.
And you percolate it just like you would through. You can use a coffee machine,
Maker,
a
yeah.
coffee maker.
It does
but-
best with like
Yeah,
French press
Yeah.
or brewing it one cup at a
'Cause-
time, but
Yeah.
use a coffee maker.
I have, and
Yeah.
it is a fine powder. So, like he said, it won't do its best performance through a coffee maker. You're going to want to get like a teapot with a very fine seed,
fine mesh,
a
yeah.
fine mesh seed
Yeah.
in it, or a French press or percolator or something like that. Now, Creo Brew is much more expensive than regular old coffee. It really, I'm not gonna lie. To you. I'm not gonna lie.
It is
It's-
more expensive habit
it's
than
pricey.
coffee.
It's
Yeah.
my expensive habit. It's my
Yeah.
guilty pleasure.
More expensive than Mountain Dew.
I spend money on myself when it comes to my
Yeah.
Creo Brew.
Yeah,
But
and the
that's
kids
what I
drink it
drink.
too.
And the kids drink it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
healthy for you, healthy for your family. I like it.
Yep.
We've agreed that that's an expenditure that we're okay with making for me.
Yep, but it's good.
Yeah.
And it does taste good. It doesn't taste like hot chocolate. So
Right,
it is roasted
yeah.
cocoa beans, but it's not something that it doesn't taste like hot chocolate. It tastes it's something on its completely on its own. Like
You just
it
have to
doesn't taste
try
like
it.
coffee. It doesn't
No.
it's
But it is,
yeah.
if you're trying to get off of coffee, which I was at the time when I tried it, it completely does replace the coffee habit. Like you will not need coffee in your life anymore. It completely replaced it for me.
Yeah, for you it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It did. I don't like it because I don't like drinking hot drinks in the morning.
I know you can serve it cold. You
I
drink
can,
it
and I've done
cold.
it cold. I've brewed it up cold in the
Mhm.
fridge before, and it was good. It was really good.
Mhm.
But my thing that I love, and I'll even drink this hot or cold, spiced chai.
Oh yeah, spice chai.
It's good. Now we don't drink black tea, but we use rooibos when we make it, and
Mhm.
rooibos is a lot like black tea. At least I think in
But
its
it's
flavor.
It's
and
a red leaf tea, so
yeah.
it's made from a completely different plant than the black leaf tea.
Yeah, but it's good. And so we use rooibos and then a bunch of spices and milk. Oh, so good. So good.
Very tasty in the winter, like for a Christmas drink. That spice chai. That's a holiday drink right there.
I've kind of got off on this drink tangent, and so another drink that I want to try to make personally for us that we've never tried to make here, and the girls want to try to make this too. Horchatas.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever had horchata? It's a Hispanic drink. It's got
I'll try it. I'm willing to try
you
it.
like soak rice in milk, and then you blend it up and strain it off, and you add like cinnamon and
it's supposed to
sugar
be like
and
a dessert drink,
whatever else. It's just good. No, it's just a
sweet
drink whenever you want drink.
It's
It's so
like
good.
A creamy sweet drink.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's amazing. I love
my
horchata.
My other biggest reason that I love Creo Brew so much is because I can drink copious amounts of it and it's not bad.
Creo Brew, right? It's not bad for you.
Right, my Creo Brew, yeah. So I love my Creo Brew because I can go back and have like a second, third, fourth, fifth cup of it, and it's not a bad thing.
Speaking of which, I think your tea. We named this Big Family Tea Time, and it wouldn't be tea time without tea. And I think your tea is just about ready. You want me to go fix it for you since you're there knitting?
Yes, please.
I'll go fix it for you.
Thank you. And what type of tea am I making today? Mullein tea. Harvested and freeze dried my mullein herb, and I've been making mullein tea. Yeah. So we put it in a jar. This is not the same jar that I did on the video because Wes has redone all of our herbs and moved them all around. He put all of my freeze dried mullein into this jar, and he did label it so I would know what it is. But that's it. If y'all can see that, the green crumply type of leaves. Y'all tell me if y'all are still with me because the comments seem to have paused, like the comments stopped coming. So either nobody's commenting or it froze or something. So let me know if the connection's still good or if it froze or if y'all are still good. There we go. Miss Kathy said I've made horchata several times. It's very consuming and miss. Yes. A little bit of milk and a decent amount of honey, like a tablespoon or two of honey. I like a lot of honey. But yeah, these 1 lump or 2 of sugar, man. No, these are they're crumply little leaves and they look almost fuzzy. I know on the camera a lot of people had said that they look fuzzy. That's because when you harvest them or when you're growing it, they are kind of fuzzy. It's like felt. It feels like felt or velvet, like you're petting felt leaves. It's so soft and so smooth. The leaves are lovely. Now they're all crispy and crumbly because I freeze dried them, but that's what they look like when they're done. And really, like, I just took a pair of scissors and just snapped all this up. I didn't take time to like tear them apart, crumble them up, or do anything fancy. I just literally just cut the leaves up, put it on the tray, freeze dried it, and threw it in a jar. And that's it. And I take like a little dab, a little handful or whatever, and put it in my sieve of my teapot that holds the actual tea leaves. I drop it in the sieve. I fill the teapot with water, put the lid on, and let the kettle boil. Easy peasy. Like anybody can make this tea. I swear you can. Real horchata. Okay, Miss Jennifer says real horchata. Yep. Okay. Hey, Chestnut. Okay, everybody's still there, just listening. Sorry. Yeah, and we throw a lot of information at y'all. I've had friends come over for dinner and tell me that all the time, that we just like bombard them almost with information. Like we just throw a lot of info at people. I love to tell people things and I love to share what I've been doing and teach people things. And like if I find out something that is true or a fact I didn't know before, like, oh, I've got to tell you about this. Did you know about this? Have you ever tried this? And like it can be overwhelming. So if we start to throw too much at you, if your head's spinning with all this info, just tell us to slow down because we do get excited.
Oh, Oh, what are you talking about? I don't get excited.
Oh, you don't.
I'm not excitable.
No, he's a very boring, dull person. Never gets excited.
Yeah, and I give it to you in your Whispering Willows
Thank
mug.
you. It's my favorite. You know me so well. Thank you.
I love you. I hope I know you well.
You do. You love me, and you put up.
We had lots of children's.
Miss Heidi says I made basil tea and mint tea. Yeah.
Basil is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basil
you wouldn't
tea
think
and
it,
mint
but
tea is actually really similar to mullein.
Mhm.
That's what it's my opinion anyway. When I
Yep.
taste it, it's really similar to a mint
Mhm.
tea or like a light basil tea.
yep. You want to show them what you're knitting?
Yeah.
Because this is pretty cool.
So I have extended my Japanese
Your knowledge.
my knowledge. I was going to say I've extended it into Japanese knitting. I've extended my knowledge of knitting, and I've come into the world of Japanese knitting. So let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. So if y'all can see the pattern there down the middle and the cables down the side with this variegated color, it may not show up too well, but
I think you can see it. I think you
You
can
see
see it
it
real
there.
well because you see
There
the
we go.
yellow behind there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there is a
Yep, it
pattern
looks
there,
good.
and it's coming out well. So I seem to be doing it right. Japanese knitting is a little bit different than I'm used to. A little bit different than American English style knitting.
hello in the Netherlands.
But it's
Woo-hoo.
not hard. Everybody kind of freaks out on me when I say Japanese knitting. Their eyes kind of go, and I'm like, it's not that bad. It's not.
Yeah.
I promise, it's not that hard. I had to learn how to read the
A
pattern.
Japanese pattern.
And once I figured out that it was right to left, not left to right, and you have to read it bottom to top, not top to bottom, and then you use the legend, which tells you that this symbol means this. So once you work it through real slow and write down what it means, which I did in English here, I wrote down what everything means in English because I'm
Mhm.
just a nerd like that. I take my time and I write down all the meanings of everything. But once I had that going
Yep.
for me, I was like, oh, this is just like American knitting, except you got to go a little slower. That's
Well,
it.
yeah, you just got to translate it. So
Right, just have to
it
translate.
really is, to me, the pattern. Now, I know it's weird that I look at her knitting, but I was helping her try to figure out some of the Japanese knitting when she was first learning it. And
So
to
good.
me, the patterns actually make more sense. They do it in a more logical
right. It's very
way. They lay it out
columns,
logically.
very
Yeah.
uniformly. It's
Yep.
not like American knitting. They may forget to tell you a step, or they may assume that you know this, and they'll roll into the next step, or they'll
Well, and like this.
or
So
they'll tell you,
this,
backwards or something.
it's just more efficient in Japanese. So this, she translated the Japanese pattern into a normal pattern, right?
Yeah, American.
So she wrote it
pattern,
out
yeah.
step by step as what she needed to do.
Yeah.
But the Japanese pattern, this is like pages and pages that she has written out here. But the
Yeah.
Japanese pattern is literally a square like that. And that's it.
They do it in square.
It's a square. It's got some
Yeah.
symbols,
Yeah,
and that's it. That's all they need. It fits on like half a page.
and they like
It's
to.
just efficient.
They like to
I
be
like
efficient.
that.
They
I
like,
that.
to not waste space. They don't want
Yeah.
to waste time. They want to be very efficient and useful with every single bit of
Mm-hmm.
their writing and their page.
Yep. So I just wanted to talk about this for a second. Does your husband still work a regular job, or does he work on the homestead full time? Seems you do all the work.
We wish
Now,
he did
so,
full time.
yeah, So hold on. Before we get into that, I want to just mention, yes, my lovely wife works her tail off every day outside.
Most days.
The girls
Most days.
do chores in the morning and milk and do all this hard work. The Angie is outside sweating and watering plants, and
Mhm.
and she does do a large chunk of the work on the homestead because I do have a day job. I do. We're working to get away from that eventually, but we are still a long ways from that. If y'all like our videos, share them and like them and all that stuff, and keep
Y'all are-
watching, and that
yeah.
helps make what we want and the things that
Yeah.
we're trying to do in our lives and on this farm
Right.
possible.
Y'all are
We couldn't do it
supporting
without
us.
y'all.
Yeah, y'all are helping
Yeah,
us to
so,
achieve that dream. Every
um,
time you watch a video, every time you encourage somebody else to watch a video, you're helping us get that much closer to our dream
Yep.
of having him be a full-time homesteader to
Yep.
help me out.
So it's it's just one of those things. Thankfully, I get to do. Thankfully, I get to work from home. I get to work remotely, and that has been a huge blessing in our life because that allows me, when I get up to take a break or on lunch, or if I got a spare second and she needs some help, I can do that. But for the most part, I'm sitting sitting at my desk during the day and doing my day job.
Oh, somebody told me that's gorgeous. And Miss Karen says, Wes, learn to knit or crochet. It's a new project guys are doing. He actually, I wouldn't
I do
know.
help her.
Yeah, I wouldn't know
I
as
help
much
her
as I
out.
do if he didn't help me. I bring my pattern to him and I say, look, I can't figure this part out. Help me. And he will help me with it.
The thing for me, though, is I can't do something monotonous like that. Like, it would drive me nuts. I wouldn't be able to just sit and do it.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
It was all in Japanese.
Thank you guys for being proud of me. Yeah, I just love what I do. I couldn't do it if I didn't love it. It was awesome seeing Miles help with the chores and having fun. Yep.
Yeah.
Poor little thing. He will help me if I ask him to. A lot of things he's like, do I have to? But sometimes he's like, yeah, let's go do it. You know.
Dream where believing will come true for you two and us.
Amen.
Yes. And if you guys don't watch Chestnut Hills, go check them out after the live. Go check them out, and they do a live on Sundays as well. They do a live at 6. So I think, is that still right, Chestnut Hills? You guys still doing your Sunday lives at 6? We've been out of the pocket for a few weeks, so
out of it. Sorry,
but yeah, go support them and show them love. They are awesome.
And doing videos daily now. I've had people, ask me, how do you do daily videos? It's
pretty awesome. Like, you're
I know it's a lot. Yeah,
cranking them out.
And we stay busy for a reason.
Yeah.
I know it was a big ambition of mine to do a video every day, except Sundays. I take a break on Sundays. But giving you a video every day, I personally know that when I'm looking forward to my show, like my channel that I like to watch, I want them to give me a video every day. And I know that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. I understand as a creator, they can't do that every day. But I would like to see them every day. I would like to have a video from them every day. So me knowing as a watcher what I want to see, I thought, can I give my big family that? Can I give my people that? My subscribers, can I give them a video every day? And I was like, I think I can. I think I can do that. So I just pushed myself. I just hustle faster and make it happen. And it's not like I'm killing myself out there, but it's like everything I started doing, I started filming. And then it just came together into a video every day. It was
because you're doing it anyway. So why not just share it with you all? I have been lax in getting videos posted. I've only been posting about once a week for the last month, and that's just been a result of several things going on that we've had going on that I will definitely go over with y'all and talk with y'all about on a video. But it's just been something that's happened. But this week will not be the case. This week I will have multiple videos out on Big Family Small Farm from videos from me. So you guys will see more of my face and my loud caffeine boosted voice.
Right.
I hope that's okay with y'all. I hope y'all are okay.
Love him. You just gotta go with it.
I do try to be quiet sometimes. I do. I try really hard.
He has to be. Or I tell him, look, Wes, I really need some downtime. Like, I need you to bring your voice down. He can bring it down a few notches.
And
he can calm down.
I'm not kidding y'all. Every night when we sit down to watch our shows, we get all the kids settled and we sit down for some us time and just chill on the couch and talk or watch shows. And Angie will have to remind me at least once, most of the time, 2 or 3 times, Wes, the kids are sleeping. Bring your voice down.
I'm like, okay, it's tea time now. It's quiet time. So let's turn the volume on the TV down.
Yeah. And sadly, y'all are able to turn the volume down, but my poor children trying to sleep, they can't turn my volume down. But my wife, she's good at turning my volume down. She's good.
Yeah, if he's like hugging me or something and he's still talking as loud as that, I always tell him, "You're in my ear. You're right. You're right here. You're right here. You're in my space. You gotta bring that volume down. You're in my space."
Through the Hills and Valleys Homestead. If it's normal to be nervous at first. When you're in front of a camera, for us, it really had to just be, I had to kind of get used to just pretending like I was amongst friends, just talking like I would amongst them, right? Because you guys on a live, it's easier because you guys are actually here. And so we can have that instant interaction. But on videos, when you're recording, you just got to kind of pretend like that's how it is. You got to, at least for me, that's how I get over the, kind of got over the nervousness, is just remembering that this is like a conversation or something we're sharing with you, just like it would be sharing it with a friend or someone like that.
I have
because you guys are, you're part of, our extended family and friends.
I have once asked an avid skydiver, a person who loved to jump out of planes and skydive. Y'all know how scared I am of heights. I once asked him, how do you do that? How did you do that? Because he said he used to be scared of heights too. I said, well, how in the heck did you manage it? His best advice to me, he said, the first time I had to close my eyes and scream the whole way down. That was the first time. Close your eyes and jump. That is all you have to do. Just be brave for a second and make yourself do it. He said, after I've done it 50,000 times now, it's like breathing to me now. It's so easy. It's just like breathing. And it's amazing. And it was worth it. It was so worth it. You get comfortable with something after you do it so many times. But that first time when you're shaking in your boots and you're scared to death and, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of me? I'm in front of a camera. They're going to see me and they're going to judge me and blah, blah, blah. Yep. Close your eyes and scream the whole way down.
Just do it. Yep, and just do it.
Close your eyes and just do it.
Just do it, yeah. Because the only way to get comfortable doing it is to do it enough that you just accept it as part of what you do and who you are.
Natural, it just becomes part of life.
For me, it was really hard. And sometimes I still even kind of get that nervous, Twitter-pated feeling little bit. When I'm out in public filming.
Yeah, butterflies.
So for me, the biggest thing was having that other people look at me and they're like, what are you doing? Why are you filming me and everybody else in the store? And so that's kind of one of the things I had to get over.
Feeling eyes are on me right now. When you have people really looking at you in person, it's different with the camera. I know the camera makes you nervous, but when you have people really looking at you, not through a lens, like really looking at you, that's a little different. It'll make you shake.
All right, y'all.
That's why I have stage fright.
If Meg's Little House in the Country did a live, how many of y'all would show up? Let's raise your hands in the comments if you'd show up. She's worried no one would show up if she did a live. So how many of y'all would show up?
Just one live, guys. Just one live.
Yeah,
go see one live. Support that person. Support our friends. People support our friends.
But really, it's just like anything in life, right? Like you're nervous the first time you do it, and then once you do it enough times, you get comfortable. So
wait, where'd it go? Lost it. There we go. West, you and Longer and Lester are much alike. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It is.
It is.
I'll tell you, one of the biggest differences between me and Lester is that I prefer to use a tape measure. Now, look, Meg's Little House. Look, I'm showing all these hands. I don't know, if you're seeing them. We're seeing people with hands up and saying me. So you would definitely have some folks showing up. So you might have to have a live real soon in your future.
And I really think that's why you and Lester and me and Jamie get along so well. Like, I think that's
why we love them.
I think that's why we're still
great.
friends.
Yeah,
I think that's why we actually talk as friends, because we are so much alike.
Yeah, they're absolutely awesome. It is a tremendous compliment. It is. I agree. And I got a little more hair, I think, than he does.
A little bit at the moment.
But that's gonna get shaved off soon. So you do. You have your hair cut. Yeah. Yep. Oh, another me. Look, see?
There's
another live person.
Hi, Miss Diane from Wisconsin.
Oh, thank you, Miss Diane. Wisconsin. I have some friends that live in Wisconsin.
It's an accent,
Old
right?
Navy friends. Wisconsin. I can't do it. I can't even do it justice at all. It's kind of I like the Wisconsin accent because it's different.
Yeah.
The same reason I like a Boston accent.
You just don't hear it as much.
And what really
New York accent
is mind-boggling to me is the Louisiana accent that sounds like a New York accent. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Y'all, there is if you Google it, you'll come up with some videos that have it if you want to hear examples. It's a Louisiana accent that sounds almost like a New York accent.
Who's that guy that could do all those different accents from all over?
Oh,
the
some
US?
video we
It was a
watched
video
one
that we
time.
watched, and
Yeah.
this guy could do any accent. He could do, and
Yeah.
he told you the history behind why
Yeah,
the
why they were like
why
they
the
were.
language of that people evolved into this sound.
Yeah. And this has got to be, this probably is my favorite
Yeah.
accent. Scottish or Irish?
That's got to be my favorite.
Those are my
yeah.
two,
Yeah.
like, up there, followed by like a Brit.
Mhm.
If I could pick an accent that I could have magically,
Yeah.
it would be Irish, Scottish, or British.
Yep.
One of those three.
Definitely.
I would.
Lester has a new baby. Yeah, I saw the babies. Yeah, they got some new.
New
pets.
babies are always good. Moving on from random topics, babies. That reminds me.
Yeah,
We're not
what else?
expecting a baby,
No.
but you want to talk about the ducks?
But there are some babies that we had expected that turned out disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all watched my video that I posted late yesterday. We were hustling to get the videos
Yeah, it was last
out,
night, yeah.
Or last night, yeah.
Mhm.
And we were trying to get that video out. It did not go out until like 7:00 at night. So if y'all haven't seen my latest video, you might want to go check it out today. You might want to go click on it and watch it. No, because in that
Yeah, that's smooth there, baby. That was real smooth.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that subtle?
that
Was
worked
that
out. Yeah,
subtle?
yeah.
No, but because in the video, I think that's the one where I tell you the news about the little baby ducks that we had under the I'm a Survivor hen named Potato. She had been sitting on duck eggs, and we were down to 3 that we thought were viable and we had a good chance of hatching and everything. Me and Avery were candling them. We were checking on them. We were anxiously awaiting these duck eggs because they were due in a few days to hatch. Well, we found out that those 3 were not as viable as we thought. They were
Mhm,
all
yeah.
rotten. They all started exploding. They were all messy and all rotten. And Potato got all messy-fied and stuff, and she wanted out of that cage. She didn't want anything to do with those duck eggs anymore.
Mhm,
After they were rotten, she was like, no, thank you. So we have no duck babies. We have no viable duck eggs.
mhm.
But I'm
Here,
thinking about...
pause for
oh,
1 second.
okay.
While she's finishing telling you guys this about this, put in the comments if you live outside the U.S. or Canada, or if you live outside of our range of time zones, put what time it is locally where you are in the comments, so we can decide what time we are going to do our live later in the week. We're going to try and do. We mentioned this earlier in the live today, but if you weren't on yet, we're going to try and do a live midweek that's going to correspond better with our international big family, and maybe during a time that would be more suitable during the day than, it's probably like 3 a.m. over in Australia, poor folks.
Yeah.
So put what time it is locally right now in the comments, and then that'll help me determine kind of what time we're going to do live. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, baby.
Oh,
Go
it's
ahead.
okay. So, what was I going to say? I had a train of thought there. Oh yeah. So pretty soon I was thinking about possibly, since they are so sweet, they love us so much, and they'll accommodate us in any way we ask them to. So we try not to ask too much of them. But Brooke and Jason are really good friends over there at Coghill Farm. Since we are able to get to them within a day and be able to come back all in one day, that's within traveling distance, I may conspire with Brooke for her to hold on to some fresh, viable duck eggs that she knows are fertilized,
I don't know about that.
and possibly some goose
I might have to
eggs.
talk to Jason about.
So, because I've got lots of
Scooching
hens.
them to the side.
I've got lots of
Moving
hens
them
that
back
want to
out.
be mamas. We got a lot of hens that want to be the mama chickens. So we could easily slip a few goose eggs and just a few duck eggs under these.
Oh,
pretty
I'm
mamas.
sorry, Brooke. I thought you brought that in for me to eat for breakfast. That's what Jason's gonna be saying.
Scramble up my goose eggs. I'll be quite upset. So I may ask her to set aside some viable eggs, and I may just go get them and bring them back. We may try it again. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm not against having ducks, I guess, but they're so
Messy?
so messy.
They are. They're
Messy.
probably the messiest fowl or bird in bird kingdom. They're probably the messiest
They're
bird ever.
so messy. Yeah. I think the only way would be if we had, and they're a nightmare to have to put to bed at night.
Yeah.
So I think the only way would be if we if we
no,
did it
the last flock of ducks we had in Louisiana, we all just kind of shined the light and we got them to where they were trained. They would walk in.
ish.
Well, I think that you could walk a whole flock of ducks into their
I
little
don't
house.
know. I think just have them free range and they can woo
Well-
fly away or whatever.
And what's the point of hatching them then? No, but I really think just like a few ducks. I'm not looking for like a giant flock all over our yard and stuff. I'm thinking just maybe a few.
And I got to tell y'all, here's another thing. We've got to get I've been talking to Angie about this. We've got to get our birds in an area, kind of like Jason and Brooke have their birds. They're kind of in the fenced areas with the other animals.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to tell y'all, goose and turkey poop is serious business.
Everywhere.
It's big and nasty. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness they don't come on the porch all the time. But
oh, thank you, Miss Mooney.
I
appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't know. We got to get them somewhere.
See,
oh my goodness.
And I can totally sit there and watch waterfowl or chickens. I can sit there and watch them for like an hour and never get bored. I just sit there and just watch the birds. I don't know if that makes me like weird or whatever, but I just like, I go get my knitting or I'll just sit there with, a glass of water or something. I'm just watching the birds. I'm watching them eat and peck around and walk. And it's very soothing. There's something about watching the birds. It's very nice.
It is. Yes, Miss Crystal, as you move east, it gets, it goes further and further into the future. So as you get further and further east until you get all the way back around to the international date line, and then it bloop, plops back to the day before.
Oh, they didn't say the word, but I know what she's talking about.
No, you can't. Thank goodness you can't hatch those from eggs. Thank goodness.
That will be a very intentional thing. Once that happens, we will have it all set up, and it'll be a very intentional.
Miss Connie, thankfully, the birds stay for the most part in the back, and it rains enough that it washes a lot of it away, so it doesn't create a big problem. But you wouldn't want to walk out back in bare feet.
No, well, on any farm, you don't want to walk.
Yeah, on any farm, really. I mean, you wouldn't want to walk, but I would like to get the animals pushed further away from the house and in big areas so that we don't have to worry about it so much.
She said, check out Shaw's Farms. He raises ducks for their egg sales. He just tells his ducks to go to bed and they all march up into the Yep.
I don't know. Look,
they're totally trainable, especially at night. They don't like not being able to see, and they don't see well
know.
in the dark.
So
if you shine a light, or if you show them light, or if you show them their coop, turn on a light in there or something, they'll march straight to it because they want to be able to see, and they want to go where they can see what they're doing.
So yes, that word, the band word.
The bad
yes,
word.
the bad word.
Your aunt said that she's harvesting purple hull peas and tomatoes.
Oh, nice, Aunt Lucy. Yeah, I miss purple hull peas. We've got to get some field peas.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years now since we've had and harvested field peas, and
and it's in our future. It's in our future, but we've only been here since October.
I know, but I think I got to find a spot that I can get them planted and have them not. Yeah, heck yeah, I am. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I got purple tomatillos that are coming on.
Yeah, we have tomatillos.
They'll be ready soon.
Yep. Except they're not purple.
They didn't.
They're green. Like the outer part is the husk is
has
purplish,
lines,
but the tomatillo itself I expect to be purple, and it's not.
And when they're ready, if y'all have ever grown tomatillos or see them when they're ready, the husk kind of like breaks open. It kind of splits open, and you see the little fruit inside of it. So when the husk dries out and starts breaking open, that's when it's ready. That's what it's telling you that it's ready. So you pick it and you eat it at whatever stage it's at once that husk is dried and open. Well, it dried and it opened and it was a big old fruit and everything. And I bit into it and it was lovely and wonderful, but it was green. The fruit was green. I was expecting purple. I was expecting a purple tomatillo, but that's not the first time that a food has tricked me with color this week. That's not the first time I've been tricked by color.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of tricking, you're absolutely right, Miss Crystal. That's what Angie would do. She would bring home eggs and oops, look, I didn't realize they were little piggies.
Surprise, we got a piglet that just showed up. It just wandered onto our farm somehow.
Mhm.
You know, it's a baby and it needs a home. We can't just say no. You know, it's just, I found it in the barn.
Mhm. Yeah, found it in the barn. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So one thing that you talked about in one of your videos that I thought is an interesting topic is when you talked about whether we are or are not a homestead.
Yeah.
So here's my thought behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all watched Angie's video, but my thought behind it is I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's a word.
That's
like we are us. We're big family, small farm. I could care less whether someone thinks we are or aren't.
That's
a homestead.
his final word on it.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, we have a happy life and we love what we do. And
well, that's like if you had a sewing machine and you mended all of your own clothes or made some clothes or mended your kids' clothes or whatever. If you call yourself a seamstress, if you didn't have like social media and a business out of it and make money out of it and be all legitimized or whatever in everybody else's eyes, so people started telling you that you're not a real seamstress, but you yourself value yourself as a seamstress, would it matter to you if someone else didn't think that you were a seamstress? No.
I mean,
or at least it wouldn't matter
look,
to me.
I'm not a professional cook, but I know that I can cook better than Gordon Ramsay.
You're a good cook.
So
yeah.
you know, I know that
cook.
my kids will eat my food over his food
Right.
anytime.
So it's a matter of like, do you know who you are and what you want to do and what do you value? I guess that's what it comes down to it. But there are a lot of misconceptions that I addressed in my video about what people who don't do homesteading, what they think that the lifestyle will be like, or they assume that they want to take on a homesteading lifestyle, but they assume that if they do, that means that they have to give up certain things, or that means that they have to do certain things. And that's not what it means. Homesteading looks different for everybody. So
yeah.
It's not these
This is life.
It's not these rigid lines that you have to live inside of. Maybe that did mean that back in 1800 and something, but today's modern day, homesteading is what you want it to be. You make it whatever it is. So
I think, you know, we drink raw milk. We don't do it because we think that there's this huge problem with commercial milk or whatever. We drink our goat's raw milk because we like the way it tastes. We like doing it. We like having that in our life. That's why we do it, because we like it. And we don't do it because we homestead, or we don't do it because we this or that. We just like doing it.
Once you get all of them organized, similar to like Cow Hill is organized with a safe area for each type of animal, you can grow the animals, making a great start. Yes, indeed. I fully support this message. Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think we're going to more and more steer clear of growing meat for our own food. We're not. We have a garden, but we're not gonna. I don't want to raise a bunch of chickens.
Right. Or getting a lot of animals. I know I keep saying about the ducks and geese. I do want a few ducks and maybe a couple more geese, but I don't want like herds and flocks and flocks of a whole bunch of animals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for 1 million animals, and I'm not looking to collect animals.
Yeah, you're not.
No. Regardless of popular opinion.
Since when?
I do have stray
animal collector
dogs that find me. I don't try to collect them; they
find
me.
her.
They do.
They find you. Yeah,
I have a
I'm
magnetism to
still not sure that you didn't put Shadow in the barn and then sent the kids out there to say they found the kitten in the barn.
I wish I could say I was that crafty. I wish I could say
I don't know. You
that.
kind of said that about the piggy. You're like,
look, we did that with baby turtles when we were little. We put them on the ground in front of the house with a thread around it and pulled it and told mom it falls. That's creative.
Nice.
Y'all are crafty kids. Crafty kids.
Yep. Uh-huh.
What does Wes do as a day job? So what do
I do as a day job? So I sit in front of a computer. I have an office job. I manage contracts. It's a government job. Federal jobs are really good, but I still would like to get away from my day job. But yeah, so it's a computer job. It's really bad for my back and all my other issues that I've got, because I'm sitting in a chair
Mhm.
all day.
Is it a job he loves? No.
no.
Is it a job we're grateful for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is
Grateful for it.
Is it a job we'd like to not have in the future?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a blessing in our life, but you always look forward to the next step in your life, right? And
Right.
so we hope to get to that next step.
Oh, I saw someone had asked how the freeze-dried watermelon turned out.
Oh, it's freeze drying. So Angie had started it, and then
I did.
when I came home, we needed to do an update on our freeze dryer. We had to download the update for it. They had released an update, and so the watermelon had to get put on hold. When I got home, I had to put the watermelon hold. Got the update, and now the watermelon's finishing up. It's actually freeze drying right now, so it'll be ready probably sometime.
Soon.
Sometime later tonight or in the morning, and then you can try it on your next video, huh?
Now, hopefully that'll be my next video.
Show y'all.
Me trying it. Hopefully that will be. But who would have thought that our freeze dryer needed an update, like a computer
all computer stuff
or like
needs
a
updates.
phone does. I was like, dang. I mean, no wonder this thing is so like snazzy and sophisticated, and it does cost a lot of money, because I was like,
it's an investment.
This thing takes updates, like it updates itself, and that's
it doesn't update itself, but it does. You have to update it. Yeah.
Wow.
But yep.
Oh, exactly.
But it's good.
Ms.
It's not
Crystal,
hard.
did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Miss Crystal's exactly right. I'm an artist and never sold a piece of art, but I'm still an artist. That's my passion. I make.
Oh
good
yeah,
things that was
absolutely.
Like,
Yep.
That's exactly the point.
Absolutely.
Exactly the point. And Miss
We
Luann
will
said-
get cows.
She had asked about cows.
Yeah, we will get cows once we have the infrastructure set up. I don't know the extent, and I've kind of Angie and I have talked about. We really don't want to go buy animals or get animals that are going to fill a space where there might be an animal that needs a good home. Could be.
I would like the cow that we get to be like a rescue cow, or a cow that actually needed a home or something like that. That's ideal, right?
Yep.
I would like a cow that that needs us as much as we wanted to have it. So
and we have talked about getting a cow for milk, getting another dairy cow. We used to have one. We had Mabel, and honestly, we bought her, but she probably did need a home.
Yeah,
They actually did kind of a bait and switch on us. So we went out.
And we were
this guy,
we didn't know anything about what we were doing.
It was an older gentleman. His kids did not want to be in the cow business, and he had some nurse cows that he was selling. And the one that we've actually bought from him was a whatchamacallit. I can't think of the name. It wasn't a Jersey. It was a brown Swiss. Yeah. So the cow we had bought from him was a brown Swiss. It was a just barely old enough to be bred. And he had it bred. And anyway, so it was going to be a good cow for many years. And then he kind of did a bait and switch. When we picked up the cow, he had already gotten rid of the other one. He sold it to somebody else, probably for more money, and he gave us Mabel, who ended up being a wonderful cow. But she only had.
She was a good cow, though. Yeah.
A cow has 4 quarters, right? They have 4 teats on the bottom, and one of her quarters was bad, so only 3 of them were milkable. And she was an older cow, and she was probably, I don't know, I want to say 4 or 5 when we got her. So she wasn't old, but she wasn't young either. But she ended up being a really good cow. So that whole story, just to say that she probably needed a home. She was, we bought her, but she really did need a home.
Yeah, I'm glad that we were the people that she went to, because these cows were being sold cheap, and I don't know that they necessarily would have gone to a good home. They probably would have just gone to like the slaughterhouse or something. And
have we completed the tiered garden yet? We have not. I promise you will see it on the videos as it happens. We haven't completed it. We need to do that. We need to go out and get them organized.
Projects.
But yeah,
it's one of our many projects.
Yep, definitely. So I've heard freeze-dried watermelon doesn't turn out well. My question is, would it be something you could possibly pulverize or use for tea or cold drinks? You probably could. I don't know that watermelon tea doesn't sound super appetizing to me, but only because I don't like really strong watermelon flavor. I like watermelon, but like watermelon candy, I don't like.
Right.
Like
It's
the
too,
actual,
a little too
yeah.
overwhelming. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how the freeze-dried watermelon turns out. And I do know I like frozen watermelon.
Mhm.
So
Notice you
some
like
of
that.
y'all recommended in the comments on Angie's videos to freeze the watermelon. And that is definitely something that we plan on doing some, because that is an amazing
And
snack in the summer.
I think there's like 15 or 20 watermelons still out there
Mm-hmm.
that are going to ripen and we're going to have to harvest.
Yep.
I don't know how we're going to eat that much watermelon.
We're going to freeze it. And hopefully it's good freeze-dried. If it's good freeze-dried, then we'll freeze-dry a
I
bunch
want
of
to
it.
bring some of them to church this coming
Yeah,
weekend.
we'll bring some.
Yeah.
I know you do. You want to bring them this weekend,
Yeah.
but I'm pushing her to try to leave them on the vine a little bit longer. She's
Well,
all
in
excited
about a
about
week,
picking
look,
them all.
And we're not supposed to have any rain this week, so it's going to dry off and all the sugars can concentrate and it won't be all saturated and split open. It's just going to keep, ripening inside that shell. So one more week from now, if we harvest on Saturday, I could bring a handful of watermelons to the church on Sunday. So.
Yeah, and give it to people. Yeah, I guess you
And let
could,
them take one, yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it might happen. And speaking of the watermelon,
Yes, that is true.
it tastes that
Crystal,
way.
that
It's
is
probably
true.
because the male goat was
Yeah.
kept too close to female goat's mom's milk goatee. If you keep, oh yes, sometimes they do. It definitely lends a little bit of flavor. Now we keep Henry in with our goats and we milk them, and it doesn't taste goaty. But if he is in rut,
Yeah.
the milk tastes nasty. So if the buck is in rut, it does impact the taste of the milk. It does. And I don't know exactly why that is. I don't know if it's just his scent is getting rubbed off on the teats and then it transfers into the milk or what. I don't know.
Good care of the milk in general. If you take proper care of the milk as you're milking. So if you're cleaning the teats really well, you're milking it into a clean bucket, obviously. You're filtering it immediately after you milk it and refrigerate it as soon as you possibly can, because a lot of people don't know that if you milk into a milking bucket and sit it on the counter or leave it out in the warm air, it's going to start taking on more and more of a goaty flavor because you haven't refrigerated it right away. So you need to cool it down fast.
Miss Paula, what we mean by a goaty flavor is if you ever smelled the stink of a buck in rut, when the milk tastes goaty, it tastes like that smell. It tastes just really animally and funky. If you want to know what goaty tastes like, go get some goat milk from the store. Goat milk from the store is not delicious. It's, in my personal opinion, it's nasty. I bought some goat's milk cheese from the store the other day just to try it, and it is really goaty and really strong. So go get you, if you want to know for sure what that goaty taste is, go get some from go down to your big box store and get you some goat's milk. And at least here, when you buy it from places like Walmart, it's really goaty. I don't know locally, especially if you're international, you guys probably have access to better quality stuff in the big box stores, but here the stuff you get at the big box store is nope, don't drink it. I mean, do drink it if you want to know what goaty tastes like, but don't drink it. I don't recommend drinking it on a regular basis. It's nasty. Blah. Blah. Yeah, it's gross.
Have I ever grown cantaloupe or honeydew melons? I have not. The only thing I've actually ever tried as far as melons is watermelons, different kinds of watermelons. But I do plan on growing at least one or two cantaloupes because I don't like cantaloupe. But
I love cantaloupe.
There are members of my family who do. So I am going to grow a couple of cantaloupes next spring.
And honeydew. Honeydew melon is so good.
Honeydew is decent.
Yeah.
Honeydew is good.
It's not decent. It's delicious.
Might do one or two.
Yeah, it is delicious. Said the same. That's why now at their barn, the mixer on the other side. Yeah. And it really does just make things less complicated when you separate the males and the females. And we will separate ours once we get the infrastructure there for it.
Freeze dry fried chicken and use a steam cooker to rehydrate it.
Yeah, I don't know how that would do.
I don't know. I don't think
doesn't
that's going
sound
to turn out good.
Sounds like it turned out soggy, but you know what? We might try it just to try it, right? I mean, why not?
We'll see.
Why not? We'll fry up some chicken. Although I hate to waste some good fried chicken. Fried chicken
Right.
is so good. Ooh, hello, Miss Mary. Hello, hello.
Have we started mapping out our fall and spring gardens? That was what we were talking about today. Actually, I was talking about.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Are we gonna do? Are we gonna do fall tomatoes and all the
Yep.
things that we have to get started in the tray for our fall garden? I
Mhm.
will have a fall garden. Fall and winter are my favorite times to grow things. Not the heat of the summer. I love the fall and winter.
Mhm.
That's when I really get.
It's my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite. Yep. Because so we'll grow, and we'll go more detailed when we get closer. But we'll, in the fall here in Alabama, we're growing things. We're growing lettuce and radishes and collards and kale and
weather things,
broccoli and cauliflower and everything except warm weather plants. We're not growing tomatoes, but we're growing everything else. And Brussels sprouts will grow, onions.
Yeah.
We grow rutabaga. I'm excited about growing rutabaga.
You can grow so much more in the cool weather here in the South than you can in the spring and summer.
So many more options.
And we're
Swiss chard.
Right now we're approaching. We're in it, but for the next month to 6 weeks, it's gonna be hard to grow anything. It's about to get as hot as it's gonna get around here, and it's gonna be hard to keep anything alive. Everything's going to start dying off. It's the hottest point of the year. So this is the struggle. Most people struggle through winter and snow, and there's certain months that they can't grow anything. Well, we struggle through the summer. Yep. So when it gets to the hottest point of summer, you're not growing anything. You're preparing for the fall, but you're actually not growing anything.
Yeah, that's when most people would have a winter break, and we have a summer break.
Right.
But you're really only growing in the midsummer here. You're only growing okra. And that's it.
Okra
and tomatoes, you're not even growing. No. Midsummer, you're not growing tomatoes.
They only set fruit at certain temperatures between 70.
Night temperatures are 70s and 80s.
70s and 80s. So if it gets higher than 70s and 80s at night, the fruit won't set. You're not even going to get any tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to cut back all of my flowers. My flower bed is looking pitiful. Y'all are about to see it look like dry bones, like a desert in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
what
happened to the
screen?
Disappeared. Oh no.
Oh, and we're back. Okay, can you guys see us?
It glitched for a second. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't know why it glitched. That's weird.
Let me know if you're still there.
Yep.
But yeah,
it says we're live. But...
I'm just going to be cutting back perennials to the ground level, and I'm just going to let them come on back when they're ready to come back. But for the summer right now, it's going to be hard to keep anything going.
Yeah, but I'm excited about the fall. Super excited about the fall. They just say they can see us, so good. Mm-hmm. It was weird. It glitched out. It just went black. Our screen went black on here, showing that we weren't on there. But another thing, y'all, I don't know if y'all think it's strange, but every couple months you see that one of us makes a trip down to Louisiana with the kids because Lily and Sarah, their orthodontist, is actually still in Louisiana, and we never changed them over to up here. And the reason is because they were mostly through their plan that the orthodontist had laid out, so it didn't make sense to switch them to another orthodontist that may or may not have the same goals in mind or the same ideas on how to do it.
And when we pay for the braces, you pay for the entire duration of the plan.
Yeah, you pay for
it. The whole braces experience and all the way through to the end. So we didn't want to interrupt that process. We want their teeth to turn out exactly how they should. So we stayed with the same orthodontist.
Yeah, stayed with them again. Yeah, it is kind of doing it again.
So one of us, either he or I, has to go down to Louisiana and take the kids for their appointment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we get to see my parents. Whichever one of us goes down there gets to visit with my parents.
Yep. Weird, because up here it shows we have good connection to the internet, and then on here now it went back to normal. Yeah, It's weird. So anyway, we're hitting up on an hour anyway.
Yeah,
so
we're our hour mark anyway.
Yeah. So y'all, if you have any questions for us, always put them in the comments. We do read through the comments. Don't always get a chance to answer right at the moment in the comments, but we are trying to get to them. And so we do read the comments, though. We definitely read the comments. Do you ever grow Cape turnips or is it only grown here in? I don't know what a
I
Cape
don't-
turnip is.
I don't
Sounds
know.
familiar,
Yeah,
but
I don't think we
let
grow
me
that
see
here.
here.
Not
I don't know.
sure.
Maybe we just call it something different. Cape Cape Cod turnips. You don't. That's a man. No, I've never. Is it just a purple top turnip?
I think that might be what we call the purple top turnip.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, whatever. They have a size and shape more like a rutabaga, but the flesh is
Oh.
white like a turnip. Yeah, I've never grown them,
Wow, that's a big
but
turnip.
we'll have to look at them. Yeah.
That's a big turnip.
Yep, I do like rutabagas, but
But thank you guys for coming on the live with us. Everybody that caught the live today, and everybody that's watching the rewatch of it, the repeat, and enjoying it, even though you can't comment when you watch the replay of it. I appreciate.
still
everybody.
comment.
Well, you can, but
yeah,
everybody that joined us today, I truly appreciate it. We did this for y'all. We go on the live for y'all. We do the videos for y'all. Y'all are the reason that we're almost succeeding toward our dream of getting him away from his main job, and y'all are helping to support our family and our homestead. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I had a thought, and now it's gone. Oh well.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much. We will see y'all on the live next Sunday. We'll have a live. Actually, we'll see y'all in the middle of the week. I'll schedule it so you guys can see what time and date it is ahead of time. But we will schedule it. Remember to put, if you're an international part of the international big family, put what time it is currently in the comments so I can look and see the best times around the world to schedule this live for. Just to give our local U.S. folks a late night experience, and everybody else can have a different experience. Yeah. So we love y'all, and we will catch y'all in the next one.
Bye.